Hey, folks, today I want to talk about entitlement versus hustle. I think that's what I want to call this episode. I recently interviewed somebody for the Riderflex podcast that started a business recently, and I want to talk to you about her. I'm not going to mention her name here because that episode is going to come out pretty soon. But I want to tell you about it. We'll call her Mary, okay, for this episode. Mary's not a real name. We'll call her Mary. She is a real example of what it takes to be successful in today's world. Um, Hustling her ass off from day one and not sitting around on the couch feeling entitled, playing video games, hoping that money just falls out of the sky to take care of her. Let me tell you about Mary real quick. First of all, she made really good grades through high school. Okay, straight A student. Ran track in high school. Got a scholarship for a Division I school to run track. Was in a sorority. Got like a 3.9 GPA in college. Ran track all 4 years, and had a job during school. So she paid for school through her job and through the scholarships. No money was given to her, right? Parents didn't pay for it. She paid for it herself through the scholarships and working the job, and ran track. Now, for any of you out there, let me just pause for a second. To play Division I sports and make a 3.9 GPA and work through college is super ass hard. Okay. That takes a lot of determination, a lot of grit, a lot of hustle, a lot of planning, organization, and focus. Okay. That type of individual is not sitting around playing video games all day and going to parties every weekend. I can assure you. Now, while she was in school, junior, senior year, she starts getting internships. So she's doing internships on the side to make sure that she establishes relationships so that she can get job offers. Guess what? One of the internships she did, she gets a job offer right out of school. Okay. So then she goes to work. She busts ass and stays at the same job for more than 3 years, which is the average these days. In fact, she was there for almost 9 years, which I don't see from a lot of younger people these days. Works her way up, gets promoted several times, starts saving money, starts putting a lot of money back because she wants to own her own business someday. Saving money, getting promoted, working her ass off, starts working on her startup idea at night and on the weekends. While she's saving money, working nights and weekends to do the startup, she then volunteers, okay, at the city council for various reasons, because the business that she's going to do, she needs some inside information and she needs some contacts. So while she's working on her startup on the nights and weekends, she volunteers for the city and some sort of volunteership city council thing so that she can get to know the right people and learn the ins and outs of what she's about to do. This all takes a lot of grit and determination and hard work and hustle. Okay. This is not somebody that's just sitting around complaining. By the way, did I mention she's female and minority? Okay. Meaning all the chips are stacked against her, right? And she's just hustling her ass off, busting down doors, meeting the right people, just doing all the right things to set herself up to be successful. She's not sitting around complaining or waiting for handouts. Okay. Then no startup experience, no proposal experience on how to raise cash or get approved for anything. She ends up getting approved for this business. She ends up raising some cash, which she had no experience doing. Okay. And she started her own business. It's a retail business. Now, I'm interviewing this woman, and I'm so impressed with the way she carries herself, the way she speaks, the way she's organized, the way she presents, just everything about her is super polished, right? And I thought to myself, wow, so often these days in today's world, I meet people that are just, or you see people online sitting around complaining about their situation or waiting for a handout, or, oh, life's not fair, and, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. My wife recently visited with somebody that, they were one of those, right? Sitting around complaining. Um, they had some things wrong in their house that needed to be cleaned up. I won't get into the details. Some things in the house needed to be corrected. And she was visiting with these folks. And while this stuff needed to be done, they're sitting around playing video games, complaining. Now, I'm not slamming gamers. Okay. Okay. If gaming is your hobby, I guess that's cool. But you got, as long as you're hustling outside of your gaming, that's cool. What is my point? What is my point? My point is, in today's world, I just see a lot of people sitting around thinking that money's just going to just fall off the trees. and they don't have to do anything. Like, no, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Okay. You have got to hustle to be successful. You've got to bust your ass to be successful. If you're smart, that helps. Okay. If you have an high IQ, that's great, but you got to have good people skills, and you got to hustle to get things done. You really do. You can't just sit around and complain. Okay. You can't. And I wanted to highlight that today because I get frustrated when I visit with people that think that good things are going to come from them, but they don't want to put forth the effort. They don't want to build the network. They don't want to have the people skills. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to do the work. So if you want my advice and you're listening to this episode, you're sitting around feeling sorry for yourself, get your ass up, okay, and bust ass and work hard and shake hands and meet the right people and get in the right networks. And trust me, you'll increase your chances of having success in life. And there is your Riderflex tip of the day.